ndinaliwotaika maendedwe yanga lelo ndapeza njira ya bwino ndinaliwotaika maendedwe yanga lelo ndapeza njira ya bwino nzira yandaifamba yaire masi makandiwana nzira yandaifamba yaire masi makandiwana ndinaliwotaika maendedwe yanga lelo ndapeza njira ya bwino ndinaliwotaika maendedwe yanga lelo ndapeza njira ya bwino nzira yandaifamba yaire masi makandiwana nzira yandaifamba yairema dainge ndakarasika asimakandiwana oh, dainge ndakarasika asimakandiwana oh, dainge ndakarasika she wangu Okay.
Acoustic?
The acoustic. Okay. Sure. 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 That will actually be perfect. Give it up for me, guys. Give it up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That have good things like that.
Thank you so much.
Hey, man.
How's it? Good to see you.
This is amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You enjoyed it?
You are so talented.
Thank you very much. Thank you so
I
much.
loved it.
Thank you so much. I'm very,
I love to an
honored.
extent that, you know what, I'm like, let the music flow.
Thank you so much. I'm humbled. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And tell me, Mbeu, how many languages do you speak?
Yeah, I do speak about 3. I would say, yeah, Shona is my first language.
Yeah.
But I know a little bit of Ndebele.
Okay.
I know a little bit of Chewa.
Okay.
And of course English. Yeah. But my first language is Shona because you know, I was born in Zimbabwe, born and raised in Zimbabwe, and of course there's Ndebele also there. I used to have these guys that I used to work with. One was Ndebele and the other one was Malawian. So yeah, that's where I got to learn these 2 languages.
Man, you are so multi-talented.
Thank you very much.
There you go with your guitar,
Yeah.
your singing.
My beautiful baby.
I know. Viewers admire the art of business. Welcome you, host Admire Thai. We love you so much and welcome you. And today with an amazing guy, he called Mbeu. I will let him introduce himself. Because I can't do enough justice to things that he's done, the things that he's achieved. But you know what? This is just a start for him. Mbeu,
Yes.
tell us the things that you've achieved so far.
Yes, Admire, I've got 5 albums to my name. 5 albums to my name. My first album was titled Artistry. The second one was titled Atikendenge. The third one was titled The Modzi Diaries. It was a volume 1, so there's a volume 2 yet to come. And then the fourth one was titled Manera. The fifth one that I recently released is titled
Yeah, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Famba Murume, yeah.
Famba Murume nga
Famba
fambe.
Murume. So yeah, I've got 5 babies to my name, yeah.
Beautiful. When did you start doing music? When did you start recording, I would say?
Yes, I started off my music career in Norton. I was mentored and nurtured at Pakaripaya Art Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, I started off doing music in church, but of course, I started off my musical journey of guitars. Yeah, at Pakaripaya.
Okay.
Pakaripaya Art Center by the legendary late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi.
So are you telling me that you had some personal contact with Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi?
I was mentored. I was taught even how to play the guitar and everything by Oliver Mtukudzi.
Personally, or you were sending someone else people?
Personally.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What are the things that you learned from him?
Man, Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi was a very down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't see him as a mentor as per se. He was like a father. You know, we would sometimes we would address him whether we had social issues at home that were bothering us. He would come and say, talk to me, be open. And he was a very cultural person. Waigara vachiti tinoda hunu unofana kunge uri mwana kamunza vaizoti ungonzi uri kamufana kari boso. That's what he would always say. So yeah, he was that kind of a person, and believe you me, by the time I joined Pakaripaya, I had finished my high school. So, you know, even for me to be seen holding a bottle of alcohol was a crime, I would tell you.
Wow.
It was something else. But that was Oliver Mtukudzi for you.
Yeah.
He was that kind of a person who really wanted us to have good characters, to have good manners at Pakaripaya.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You told me right now, because you're on tour in Australia.
Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm so excited here. You know, I've done 2 shows already, and courtesy of Greater Men's Promotions, I thank them so much for giving me the opportunity to come here and perform. We've done Brisbane, we've done Sydney, so now Melbourne and Perth is next.
It's going to be on fire.
It's going to be fire, man. It's going to be
Beautiful.
fire.
I love that. Going back home, right?
Yes.
In terms of performing, do you do every weekend? How busy are you?
Yes, I do performances every weekend at Maya. I do performances every weekend, you know, because of the fact that I've got a band. It's called the Modzi Tribe. So we do corporate functions, we do weddings, we also do gigs. I also have my own gigs that I do. We get bookings, we travel all over the country, even outside the country we do shows. So yeah, basically it's a busy time for us, especially when we're back at home. We're always doing gigs every weekend, you know. I'm glad that I have got a management that runs around so much, so you know the fans are never thirsty of music.
Absolutely, I love that. You mentioned that you do a lot of corporate gigs, eh?
Yes, I
Can
do.
you mention 1 or 2 companies that you work with?
Yes, I've worked with Econet. There's Econet, Econet Wireless. I've worked with them. I've worked with Ministry of Mines. I've worked with so many companies at I can't even remember all of their names, but I do work with corporate companies, whether any sector. I do corporate gigs there. Sometimes, you know, they call us, we come, we do quartets, we do full bands, I do solos. As you've seen, I play the solo song. So I also do some gigs whilst I'm just me and my guitar. Sometimes I go with the band. It differs, but I do corporate gigs.
Beautiful.
Big time.
So if people need to book you, right?
Yeah.
We're going to ask our producer to put all the details just on the bottom.
Yes,
the
yes,
phone
yes,
numbers, the emails, and everything else, so that you keep to be busy. We want you to be busy, eh?
Thank you so much for that.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Let's take you back. Mbeu, what's your full name?
My full name is Ashton Tapiwa Nyahora.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. That's my full name. That's my birth certificate name. Ndora ndakapiwa na wabereki wangu ii. Ndora kwe.
I know. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So where did Mbeu come from?
Yes, Mbeu, you know,
Yeah.
it's a long story, Admire. You know, I started off, my first studio song was called Mbeu. So, you know, I would go to this backyard studio because I used to, you know, record in backyard studios back then before I even got my own studio. I now have my own studio too.
that.
I record my own music there. But before that, excuse me, I would go and record with this guy. He's called Carbon. He's still there. We still do productions together. He's my old buddy. He's actually one of the people that pushed me to embrace the name Mbeu because I was rejecting that name big time.
Okay.
Yeah, so my first studio song was called Mbeu, and you know, people started calling me Mbeu, mfana Mbeu, because Ashton Tapiwa Nyahora was like that name. People, it couldn't fall in people's minds. I even tried to call myself Shiza Maniza.
Okay.
But man, it
didn't work.
It just never stuck.
Okay.
So you know, people started calling me Mbeu, and I was like, of all the names, you call me Mbeu. You know, but then eventually, you know, the guy that I was telling you about convinced me. And he was like, maybe your destiny is calling you Mbeu. You just have to embrace the name. Hence, Modzi Tribe was born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Mbeu and Modzi Tribe.
Yes. Mbeu, I am Mbeu, and then the band. is the Mozi Tribe. I'm also launching a recording studio, a recording label, which I look forward to, bring in the youths, those young guys who are just starting music, and I'm looking to sign a couple of artists. I haven't yet signed any artist as per se, because I'm still finishing my studio. It's not yet done, but I'm looking forward to be working with a lot of artists.
I will love that.
Thank you very much.
When artists do that, they give back to the community. That's amazing, because as much as we're mentored as well by Dr. Olam Mtukudzi, also it's your turn, right? Isn't it?
That's very true. Pakaripai was, I wouldn't say was, I would say is a place where youngsters get opportunities, and I got my opportunity there. There are still many artists who go there. Many artists from Norton and around Zimbabwe who get the opportunity, because at Pakaripai, not only is it a place to perform, they've got instruments and the likes. So you find that these youngsters who are coming up, they don't have instruments. Sometimes to buy an acoustic guitar, you need to have, maybe what, 1,000, 2,000 bucks. And, coming from the ghetto, life is hard. So, Pakaripai is like a stepping stone, and I wanna follow those same footsteps that Dr. Olam Mtukudzi taught us.
Absolutely. So I want to say thank you to Dr. Olam Mtukudzi and Amari as well, right?
Yes, and of course, and Mama, because she would cook for us. She would cook for us every time we would play there. She would cook for us. Yeah, sadza. And she is a mother, and I've got so much respect for her, because even up to now, as soon as we get back to Zimbabwe, we actually have a gig there at Pakaripai, just to celebrate, this tour that I have embarked on, that I just came. So I really want to give back to the community and to where I came from. Yeah.
So Mbeu, you are telling me after the Australian tour,
yes,
you're going back to Zimbabwe.
Yes.
You're going to have a gig at Pakaripai.
At Pakaripai.
Just to say thank you.
Just to say thank you, because if it wasn't for Pakaripai, there was never going to be any Mbeu.
Keep the humility, bro.
Thank you very much.
This is amazing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So Mbeu was born in a family of how many people?
Yes, Mbeu was born in a family of 3. I'm the firstborn. I've got my younger brother, who's also part of the operations team on my band. I've got a little sister. She just finished her high school last year, but one, I think, yeah. Man, I'm getting old now.
No, you're not very young.
Yeah, and also my wife was also the manager. I appointed her as the manager. So yeah, it's more like a family thing. But of course, I've got a huge team. My band consists of more than 14 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big band.
That's a big band. The band, including the operations team and everyone. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
All right. So growing up, where did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Norton. Of course, we relocated there when I was in grade 3. But, I was born in Harare. We lived in Glenora. And later on, we moved, because my father had bought a house in Norton. So we went there. I was still young. So practically half of in fact, all of my life, I remember being in Norton. I grew up from grade 3 till I finished Form 4. I later on moved from Norton to Harare when I had started my own family. As you know, I'm married and happily married.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
You're a family man, eh?
I'm a family man.
Absolutely.
I'm a family man.
Love
So
that.
later on, I moved out, and I left my little siblings to handle all the business there. Yes.
No, beautiful.
Yeah.
So three of you in a family.
Yeah.
So grade 3. When did you actually thought, or in your mind, like, you know what? I've got a Mbeu of music in me. When did you realize that, Uti?
Yeah.
This is it.
Growing up, Admire wasn't easy for me, because my parents passed away when I was just in Form 1, both of them.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So they passed away in a space of a month, and it was just like so sudden. So life just hit me just like that, And going back before that, I wasn't even into music. I remember in grade 7, there was this teacher called Mr. Zumbonu. He's still there, yeah. And you'd come and say, I want you to be part of the choir. And I would resist. Sometimes you would even beat us, because he was like, you are talented, you must get in the choir. But I didn't want that. I had no passion of doing that. I love.
Shout out to Mr. Zumbonu.
Shout out to Mr. Zumbonu. I never wanted music at all, because I was just like, even sports, I didn't do sports. I was just that guy who would go to school. I was just like, okay, if I pass if I pass school, I have good grades, I'll figure it out, So when my parents passed away, that was Form 1, life began to be so tough. I'll tell you, admire for me up to the time that I finished Form 4, because I was now trying to look after my siblings, because we were just three. Only three, and I was the firstborn. Imagine being the firstborn. You're in Form 1. You're trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to be? How do I maneuver my way around life? So after I finished Form 4, I started going to church. I started going to church big time. In fact, before that, I would take you back a little bit. When I finished Form 4, I got my uncle who took me, and he was like, you know what? I want to find a way for you to maybe make ends meet for yourself. So he took me to Mbeu in Harare, in Zimbabwe, I mean, Mbeu, and he enforced me in the military.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I go to the military. Got in the military. We ran. I to jog at my
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers. I was at Mbeu barracks there.
Right.
I remember that quite clearly. But then, I started going to school whilst I was young. So my age wasn't. When I finished Form 4, I hadn't turned 18. Yeah. So that's what got me out now, because I spent about 3 months in the camp, and then they later figured out this guy isn't turned 18. And in Zimbabwe, if you are enrolled in the army whilst you are under 18, I don't know now, but then it was illegal.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to be, removed. But I was like, thank God, because I didn't want that job. I didn't like that job. All these physical things, jogging and whatever, I wasn't in me. And by that time, I had, I was now indulging into Christianity big time, so I was going to church and stuff. So when I got back to Harare, started going to church. I joined the choir. Later on, became a choir master.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow!
I was very young. I was very short. I remember they bought me this suit.
Yeah.
This big suit. It would cover my hands. So
do you still have the picture for the suit?
I'll try to find it.
I think I would love to see that.
Yeah. So it was a journey, and later on, then that's when I joined Pakaripai, and in fact, before I joined Pakaripai, I started doing secular music, because I was still at church and stuff, and I got to meet these guys and a carbon. Those guys gave me the opportunity to start recording, because I hadn't recorded anything. I hadn't had the opportunity. And I'll tell you, the first time that I got in the studio and recorded my first song, there were close to about 25 people in the studio. I was nervous. I was afraid. I was like, how am I going to maneuver my way around?
So the 25 just watching you record the studio, or in the line also to
record the studio? There, in the ghetto, people will just be in the studio. They will be sitting, some will be sitting, some will be drinking, some will be just watching, some would want to record also, because there's a queue, because probably the studios are not so many, in the ghetto. So there'll be so many artists waiting to record also.
So how did you get that opportunity to go and record?
Yeah, there was this guy called Smiles. I remember this guy called Smiles. He took me to the studio. He was like, I want you to meet someone. He's the guy that made me meet Carbon, the producer that really gave me the chance and the opportunity to record. I would record for free at Wow. I have never paid a single dime to that guy, even up to now. That's why most of the times I go back there, I just give him a token of appreciation. You know what, my guy, we'll fly together, we'll fly high. When we make it, we'll make it together, because that guy gave me an opportunity, and I'm forever grateful.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. So after that song was recorded, is it the Mbeu song?
Yeah, no. That's the Mbeu song.
That's Mbeu.
That's Mbeu. That's the Mbeu song. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that is so good. So after that, that's when he started calling Mbeu?
Yeah, people started calling me Mbeu, but I hadn't yet started pursuing my solo career, because I just spent maybe 2 years doing secular music, and then that's when I joined Pakaripai.
What kind of music were you playing?
I was doing conscious reggae, dancehall, hip hop, because I was trying to figure out myself. So I would then go around genres, But eventually, then that's when I joined Pakaripai. That was in 2010, and then we formed a group. Those two guys that I was telling you about. There was one called Admire, and the other one is called Kondwani. They're still there in Zimbabwe. Yeah, one was Chewa, one was Malawian, one was Zimbabwean. And one was Malawian, one was Ndebele, and I was the Shona guy. We were the co-founders of the group. So we started the group from 2010 to 2015. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And what kind of lesson did you learn for those 5 years?
Yeah, I would say friendship is important. I would say I have a song called Ukama. I composed it a long time ago, I think way back. and I saw the value of friendship. You know, those guys were there for me. They were like my brothers. You know, despite the fact that we went separate ways, they gave me something that I'm forever grateful for. The opportunity to, you know, to elevate. We were elevating ourselves together, but you know, if it wasn't for them also, maybe I couldn't even be here. So I'm thankful of all the things. I remember at one point in time when we enrolled at Music Crossroads Academy, where we met. That's where I met Trigger, the guy that I'm playing, that's playing the keyboards here in Australia for me. Yeah, you know, I couldn't even afford to pay rent. So the brother of the other guy that was my friend, the Malawian guy, was the one who was paying rent in Budiri.
Sure.
And then, you know, things were tight and we couldn't, you know, find our way through. And then we ended up, you know, getting help from Alexio Kawara.
Oh, yes.
He was paying rent for us, coming with groceries for us.
Wow. Thanks, Alexio. We love what you did, man.
Yeah. So, you know, I'll never forget the journey. So that's why I said friendship is important. Sometimes you don't know kuti munhu anokusvitsa apa ndiani. So just be nice to people. Just be nice to people. Yeah.
So that's what inspired you to have that song Ukama?
That's what really inspired me to have that song Ukama, because, you know, of course, despite my challenges, I said the challenges that we faced at Maya, you know, later on we went separate ways because, you know, these guys they went separate ways with Dr. Elva Mtukuzi. There were squabbles that happened at Pakare Pae, and then the guys chose to leave. It's another story. It's a very long story.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But you know, when they left Pakare Pae, that's when I kick-started my own career as Mbeu now.
Before we get there, can you hear that song Ukama, please?
Yes.
We can?
Definitely.
Oh my goodness, man.
Should I go?
Absolutely, yes.
Kana weropa ari pedyo newe, kana ukarwara shamwari yangu, uchachengetwa nani? Aunama. Kana weropa ari pedyo newe, kana ukafa uchavigwa nani? Hama dzose wakapedza nekutsvinyira, hama dzose dzakaenda waidzidadira, hama dzose wakadzidzinga wega. Hama dzose wakapedza nekutsvinyira, hama dzose dzakaenda waidzidadira, hama dzose wakadzidzinga wega. Iwe wendea, iye unende ndea, unende, iye unende ndea, iye unende ndea, unende. Ukama varumewe haugezwi nesipo.
Wow.
Sechinaka. Ukama varumewe haugezwi nesipo. Sendove kunyangwe totukana, torovana se hazvingatiparadzanise. Kunyangwe totukana, torovana se hazvingatiparadzanise. Thank you.
Man, you're super talented.
Thank you very much, Admire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let's go for a break. This is just too good. Ngoromera ingoromera harina zvarino
rinoshanda haringabatsire ingoromera wani mugoma wangu harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva haritonge matare ngoromera harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva hachitonge matare chibhagera hachina zvachinoshanda hachingabatsire atidi hondo atide mhirizhonga atidi hondo mhirizhonga atidi mhirizhonga ingoromera harina zvarinoshanda iwe haringabatsire ingoromera wani mugoma wangu harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva haritonge matare ngoromera harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva hachitonge matare chibhagera hachina zvachinoshanda hachingabatsire zuva nezuva haritonge matare gona mombe harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva haritonge matare ngoromera harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire zuva nezuva hachitonge matare chibhagera hachina zvachinoshanda hachingabatsire zuva nezuva haritonge matare gona mombe harina zvarinoshanda haringabatsire.
As always.
Thank you so much, Admire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is good, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I'm sure the viewers are going to enjoy this. I'm pretty sure about that.
I can't wait for the viewers to see this.
They will love it.
I think they will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, audience. We are back again on our second segment with Mbeu, an amazing artist. So, this kind of music that you play, what's the genre of this music that you play, Mbeu?
Yes, Admire. This is Afrofusion. It's Afrofusion. It's a fusion of different genres, but you've got that Afro roots, that African roots, in it. I like to dangle, around with genres. I don't want to box myself into one genre. That's why you find that I do jazz, I do reggae, I do even rumba. So yeah, I like playing around with music that much, in these genres, because I want to appeal to a different audience, a wider, bigger audience actually. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Before we went to a break, we spoke about you being in a group of three guys.
Yes.
Very lovely friends that you hang out with. And you guys did a fantastic time and you support each other.
Yes.
After that, that's when you went to get your group and your music.
Yes.
And your own band.
My own band.
Oh God, that's good.
My own band.
Beautiful feeling, isn't it?
Man, it's a beautiful feeling. That sense of knowing this is me. This is my identity. Yeah.
How did you do that? Can you talk to me step by step?
Yeah.
This group, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Now we're making a band.
Yes.
Do you want to take back in time?
Yes. I can Admire. As soon as I was, because I was removed from the group. That's what happened. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
they continued making music, but they said, Mbeu, you're no longer part of the group, because they wanted me to leave Pakarepai with them. So I was like, I can't leave Mdara, because Mdara is like a father to me. And your differences with him, they don't matter to me. I can still work with you whilst I'm working with him also. But to their side, I wouldn't want even to lie. To their side, they said, you know what? It's either you live with us or you're out. And I had to make a tough decision and say, okay, fine. you can carry on and you can go, despite the fact that I was also one of the co-founders. Like we built that group together, the three of us. So I started off my own musical career at Pakaripai. Of course, I was there already, and then started doing shows. I didn't have a band, in the beginning, so I would go and open up for shows. There's a guy called Munyamataruse. He's now based in Canada. Yeah. We're close. We are tight. He also taught me some stuff, how to play the guitar. As the journey went on, I still went to different types of people, asking, how do I play the guitar perfectly? How do I? So, those guys would help me out. So I would open his shows. You do shows even in Pakaripai or even outside Norton. He would say, come along, young brother. Open up. You can be the curtain raiser. So I didn't have a band. I would do solos. The same way I would just have a guitar. I would play. And I remember at that time I didn't have my own personal guitar. So sometimes he would give me his guitar and say, you can open. Then I would play, till I got to put my own band together. Since I was still based at Pakaripai, I'm glad that Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi allowed me to have my own camp, because I had my own management, I had my own band. Because I was developing now.
Still under Pakaripai.
Still under Pakaripai, but they did not shadow me like don't have your own management. I had to put my own management there. I had to put my own band there. They would allow me. I would do shows outside Norton. Sometimes they would even call me, do you have a booking on this day? We want you on this day. If I have a booking, I would say, I was booked already, but still, the next time I would make it up to them, because I was now developing myself. I was kukura, you develop as you go. So they gave me that room to grow. Yeah. So from then, ever since, I never looked back. I've been pushing and pushing. I've got the band, the Mozi Tribe band, and the greatest advantage that I thank Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi is that he always said, Mbeu, play an instrument. It complements you. If you're able to direct your music, because I direct my music, if you're able to direct your music, because he used to tell us stories, I was left by the whole band, and I did not know how to play an instrument, and I had difficult times. So he didn't want us to fall on the same challenges. Yeah. Okay. So it helped me a lot, because as you've seen, ever since I created this band, up to now, I've played with probably more than 40 guys, I'll tell you. We've come and gone. Of course, whenever I'm making music, I give the band that opportunity for them to express themselves. Whenever we make music together. It's not like I come with the music and I dictate, you are going to play like this, you're going to play like this. No. We sit together, we create. Oh, guys, I've got an idea. How do we make this? We create together.
So you're saying the bassist is there, the keyboard is there,
the drummer is there,
like,
the lead guitarist is there.
Let's do something.
Let's do something. The backing vocalists are there. We start a song. That's how I created this album, Nanja. My recent album is called Nanja. It's a body work of different ideas. Everyone had to put in an effort. I wouldn't take credit of that, because even if you take a look at the sleeve of the CD, I had to write all of their names there. Chakati did Chakati, because I have to credit them. They put in their ideas. Fine, I wrote the songs and everything, but those ideas, the creativity, the arrangements, I had to seek, advice also to them. How do we go about it?
It's more like a teamwork, isn't it?
It's a teamwork, admire.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So Nanja, the new album.
Yes.
How long did it take you to make Nanja?
Close to 8 months.
8 months?
It was very difficult. It was because Nanja came. I think I did the previous album. I had gone for close to 2 years without releasing an album, because there were things that were happening. But but it took me close to that to make another album. So when I was now making Nanja, I was trying, because I had done Manera. Manera was the previous album before Nanja. In Manera, people, even up to this day, people request, they demand me to play the songs. They're like, if you don't play Manera, you are not going anywhere.
I love that.
So now I had that pressure of saying, okay, so what do I give to the people now? Because they love
the bar is already up there.
The bar is already up there. So I had to take my time. I usually love to take my time, admire. Whenever I'm making music, I want to take my time. I want to make sure that when I deliver, the fans enjoy. Yeah.
Beautiful. 8 months in the making, Nanja.
8 months in the making.
When did you launch it?
I launched it, that was last year? Late last year, right? Yeah, I'm asking the manager now. Late last year. That's when we launched this album. I had 2 launches. I had an executive launch, which I invited all the companies, like what you've asked previously. Do you work with companies? I had to invite all the corporate stakeholders that we work with, because those guys are busy and stuff. So sometimes during even the weekends and stuff, you don't get to they just don't come just like that. They're busy doing something. So I had to have 2 launches. I did the executive launch at Cresta Oasis. In Harare, and then I also did the general gig at Jongwe Corner. Yeah, it was huge. We had a huge turnout, and even up to now, the numbers on YouTube, you can go and see for yourself. They don't lie.
Beautiful. So prior to doing the Jongwe, when we're launching it, did you do anything else prior on the day just to promote the show for the day?
It was amazing, Admire. We had to do road shows. We did a road show. It was huge. We spent, of course, the guys were tired because I was with the whole band. I had to take the whole band. Guys, we want to push this album. We want to promote this. We had bikers. You can go. There's a video on one of the songs on the album. It's called Ndaka Pfumbama. It showcases what was happening. It's more like the whole day. It starts where we are in town doing the road shows and goes to the show, the actual show itself, performing the song Ndaka Pfumbama. It was shot. The video. That's how the video was shot. Wow. Yeah. So it's just amazing. I have got an amazing team behind me, and I think also I would emphasize this. I thank my management team. These guys, they run around. My manager, of course, is my wife at the same time. But when we're at work, he's like, "We're at work. Let's push work. Let's make this work." So I would like to thank her and the whole team, the operations team, the full band, everyone behind me. It's not a one. It's not a one-person effort. It's a team effort.
Teamwork. Absolutely. Okay, you're playing acoustic guitar right now.
Yes.
Can you explain to me how many instruments do you play?
Yeah, I play a couple of instruments. I play mbira. I play bass guitar. I can play the lead guitar. I can jot around. But my main instrument is the acoustic guitar. The reason why I made it my main, okay, fine. I can play congas. I can play shakers. I can play hosho. Yeah,
musician for sure.
Yeah, I have to, because when directing even the music, I have to be able to, to direct. But my main instrument is the acoustic guitar. Of course, this is a semi-acoustic, but I also have another one. It's an acoustic guitar. This one is an acoustic, but it's a semi-acoustic because you can play the lead guitar also here.
All right.
Yeah, but that's my main instrument. I love this instrument big time. I've got an attachment to it. And whenever there's Mbeu, any song that comes, you hear Mbeu, you can hear the acoustic. You don't miss the acoustic.
I know. How did you end up playing? Because you spoke about Dr. Tukudzi encouraging you in there.
Yeah.
Do you want to take back in time?
Yeah.
Prior to that.
Yeah. What got me to play this instrument is that I think there was a lot of influence from watching Mdara play and stuff, and I just fell in love with the instrument. I was like, I think I need to play this. So from there, I've always been, admiring the way he used to play his instrument. I was like, I want to be able to play this instrument. He had his own feel. I struggled a lot at first because, being inspired by him, trying to create my own music, sometimes I would end up playing like him, and he would be like, no, there's no better you than you.
Oh.
That's what he would say. So, I would struggle a lot and try to, create my own stuff, because most of the times, at that time, I didn't have much music and stuff. So I would play covers, I would play his songs mostly. That's why you find that I can play almost any Oliver Mtukudzi song up to now. So now I'm balancing that because of the fact fans will be demanding, okay, we play some Tuku here and there, and then, but most of my fans back home now, they love the fact that I've got my own music too, and they demand for my music. So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy at my.
Oh man, this is amazing, man.
Thank you, sir.
And you tell me, within your musical journey, did you probably? I know you were in choir, church, right?
Yeah, yes.
Did you went to any competition or something?
Yeah, I did. We did. I remember there was this. I don't remember the exact name, but it was a Harare diocese because the church was Anglican.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Anglican. The Harare diocese competitions. There were many choir masters there. I'll tell you some of the choir masters. The oldest choir master there was about 80 something years, and I was the youngest because I was now 18 or 19.
Oh, wow,
and the second guy from me, the second youngest, was probably in his 40s.
Oh.
So I was very, like I said, I was short and I had this big suit.
Yeah. Going like that.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed, but it was a great experience. I'll say that.
Yeah. I want to remember when we were backstage, you talk about you getting to is it Bright?
Starbright
Yeah,
competition.
I remember Starbright. It was lovely, man.
It was lovely, man. Yeah, I thank Banim Pario for that.
Yes, those guys were champions for that.
That was an opportunity, lifetime opportunity. I got the opportunity to go and compete there. The time I went to Starbright, I wasn't even playing any instrument. I was only doing vocals. So I went there, and I was like, my shoulders were up, and I was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then I met, in Zimbabwe, there's so much talent at Maya. And I got to rub shoulders with the best of the best. I entered the top 40 best vocalists in Zimbabwe, and then I was eliminated later on around the top 20, I think, because I had no instrument that I wasn't playing. The rest of the guys were playing instruments. Us who were not playing instruments, automatically, you can't compete with someone who's playing the instrument nicely and singing nicely also. Obviously, and for me, I understood it. There was no sabotage, I'll tell you that. It was a clear thing. And I think that's the year that Brian won. Brian Kadengu is a good friend of mine.
Oh, beautiful.
We're very close,
Okay.
So I was really inspired, and I said, you know what, I need to find something that complements me. So I think that's what pushed me even more to want to play the acoustic guitar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it easy?
It wasn't. It's not even up to now. It's not easy because it's these fingers. They're always in pain because of the fact I love playing the steel guitar, the acoustic steel. There's nylon, but I don't like the sound of nylon guitar. So I like the steel, and it comes with consequences. If you touch my fingers inside here, you can how hard they are. But I love my job. I love what I do, and I was born for this.
But when you do it, it's seamless, man. It's like you're just...
I'm getting used now, because it's been years. Imagine I started playing the guitar 2013 and we're in 2024. How many years, man? It's been some time.
Beautiful. Do you want to give us something?
Sure.
We'd love something.
Sure. So this next song, I did it with Mambo Duterere.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Mambo Duterere.
Good collabo in there?
Good collabo there. Wekudenga ndoringa imi pandinofamba bizai mafeso ndipinde baba ndoringa imi wekudenga ndoringa imi pandinofamba bizai mafeso ndipinde wekudenga ndoringa imi pandinofamba bizai mafeso ndipinde baba ndoringa imi wekudenga ndoringa imi pandinofamba bizai mafeso ndipinde tiringei mumugwagwa matinotekaira varimo vakabonderamo ndiringire ropa risadeuka munzira mune dota dai machenesa nzira mutirandutsire imimi dzirimo nyoka dzine nyota yeropa zvino manje namwaya muteuro famba ngiro zitungamira mutirandutsire imimi mutiteresere mhuri dzedu dzirimo mumari muga imomo mumapiripiti kungwavha mugwenga rizere nembavha dzinoda kutibira wakwa vakaona pabuda chitubu vanouya vokandira mafinga kuti mvura isabude. Ini handichada kuwanza urukuro, hondo yakarwiwa kare pakaovhari. Shuwa korona yaminzwa mudumbu muvachibaya nepfumu. Zvipikiri mugumboti anoda mvura pavhiniga. Apa iye yabva kure akatakura danda vachimutina. Cheka, 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 cheka. Baba, tungamiro zvatave munzira kufamba. Ishe, enamudza imwe yenzvimbo iende. Zingai, wakaipanga nekupinda mupfungwa dzedu. Vanorasirira mweya, oitsipikira muhari. Kutsvaga kuti tsinga vagere vakawanda mumakwenzi. Kuopendirere, manziyairira senengure. Ichiti duterere, duterere, ndikati samatenga ndiringe. Kuopendirere, manziyairira senengure. Ichiti duterere, duterere, ndikati samatenga ndiringe. Kuopendirere, manziyairira senengure. Ichiti duterere, duterere, ndikati samatenga ndiringe. Kuopendirere, manziyairira senengure. Ichiti duterere, duterere, ndikati samatenga ndiringe.
This is good, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You know, we love the art, man. We love it.
Thank you so much. Thank
as
you
always.
very
And I'm very sure the viewers would love to see this.
Thank you.
It's an intimate acoustic session for you guys. You'll love it. You'll never see it again. It's just there for you. You tell me, Mbeu, I know you do a lot of philanthropy work in terms of giving back to the community.
Yes.
Do you want to talk to me about that?
Yes, I've had the honor of working with kids from Gyros Giri there. I remember we did a song a couple of years ago. It's called I Love You. It's on YouTube. It's called I Love You. The group is called JJ Vibes. Yeah, Gyros Giri Vibes. And those talented young youths are, they are just amazing. I had the honor of working with them, and we did a video for the song. I also went there. I spent a day there, interacting with the kids and everything. And yeah, I do those charity events. Recently this year I went to this home in Norton. Yeah, my hometown, of course, because it had been quite some time ever since I had went back there. We donated a few stuff, me and my wife. We had to put in a couple of things, nasipo and the likes, the basic stuff, the basic stuff, some food and everything, and we gave them, and they were so happy. We spent the day there. I also carried my guitar, because I always move with my guitar wherever I go. I played for them. We spent the day. Later on, I was done. So I do those charity events because I being somebody who grew up as an orphan, I really understand the things, the challenges that they face. Besides being an orphan, even the disabled, those people, they need to be remembered, and we always have to keep them in mind, and always keep them in mind. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Okay, Mbeu and the Mbeu tribe.
Yes.
You tell me, what are the plans that your fans are looking at?
Yeah.
What do you have in store for them?
Yes, I've got lots of music, Before I came here in Australia, I recorded so much music. So just keep watching the space. I think there's so much coming. I've got more videos for them. These past years I haven't been releasing music that much because of the fact of COVID hit and everything. So things were a little bit down. But now we are getting back on our feet. And I wouldn't want just to release music without videos, because the fans need to be entertained, fully. So they can watch the space. I think my social media handles, they will just display on the screen there. Absolutely. So please follow, and just support. Your support is amazing. Thank you so much. Australia is, welcomed us with both hands. We've had a great time here. We've got 2 states to finish up. We've got Melbourne, we've got Perth. So I'm excited, Admire. I'm excited. And I hope you continue to finish these 2 tours together. Eh?
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
okay.
Because the previous 2 ones, he was there all the way.
Beautiful. We'll make it happen.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Man, we love to have you here. And honestly speaking, we talent is something that describes you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When you see someone who can sing, play an instrument, and dance at the same time, how do you even do that? I mean, how do
You
you
have
even
to,
do that?
you have to. That's the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people have to be entertained because you see, people are going through a lot. I've seen, back home, even here, the mental health issues and stuff. People are going through a lot. So whenever somebody comes to my show, Admire, I try by all means to make the environment, to just put smiles on people's faces. That's all I want. I want to change people's lives through music. That's why you find even my lyrics, the songs that I write, it's not all about just love or anything. It's about life. It's about positivity. I want to spread positivity. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want to change people's lives through music, and I thank God for giving me this talent. I would never take credit for anything, because I never thought that I would be here. I never thought that I would be sitting here where I am right now. And I thank God for that, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I'm so grateful.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And you've been doing a lot of tours around Southern Africa.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of tours around Southern Africa, and I'm happy that I've managed to even get an opportunity to come here in Australia, and I look forward to coming back after this. I was talking to my bosses, the greater men bosses,
Yes.
the ones that brought me here. The response, from our fans is just overwhelming. And I didn't come alone. I came with so many artists here, and you just come through. Melbourne, we are coming there. We'll definitely be there. Perth, we are coming there. So come through. Just come through and see for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is international tour for you, and I'm so sure a lot of international tours are coming your way.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen and amen.
That.
Amen.
The kind of
and
performance
amen.
that you do,
Thank you so much.
there's no way that's going to happen.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
Mbeu, it's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. I'm honored. I'm so honored. I've been dying to come on your show, and this is an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Viewers will love you so much. That's Mbeu, an amazing artist from Zimbabwe. He's going international with his music. Afrofusion, you'll love it. Admire, your host at Admire, the Art of Business. We love you.